He lit a candle and accidentally set the British Empire on fire. This is the insane true story of how a single flame burned down one of the most important buildings in England. It was October 16, 1834. Inside the Palace of Westminster, where British Parliament met, a careless decision was made. A servant was ordered to burn old tally sticks, wooden rods used to track tax payments. They thought tossing them into a furnace would be fine. But the heat grew too intense. It ignited the flues and the flames climbed up through the chimney. Smoke poured into the House of Lords. Then the House of Commons caught fire. And within hours the entire palace was in flames. People flooded the streets watching the sky glow red over London. Firefighters tried everything, but the fire was too powerful. Even King William IV came to watch his parliament burn. By morning, centuries of history were reduced to ash. The palace was destroyed, but here's what most people don't know. This disaster changed everything. The fire forced Parliament to rebuild from scratch, and that's how we got the iconic building you see today, with Big Ben standing tall. All because of a servant, a furnace, and a few sticks of wood. I'm your host. I make weekly history videos here. Now some of you might be thinking this story is fake. You see, there are a lot of videos out there with sensational titles like this one, but I'm not one of those channels. I actually care about one thing: teaching you real history in a way that is engaging and fun. That means no clickbait, no overdramatization, just honest-to-goodness history that you won't learn anywhere else. And speaking of which, there's so much more to this story. Like, why was Parliament even in that building in the first place? Well, you see, back in 1215 King John signed the Magna Carta, an agreement that established that the king's power was absolute and that Parliament should be a place where laws could be made to protect the rights of the people. But the king still lived in the Palace of Westminster, and it wasn't until 1702 that Parliament moved in, too. But they never really finished decorating. So in 1834, when the palace burned down, it was basically a construction zone. The fire started in the House of Commons, the part of Parliament where members of the lower class could debate and propose laws. It was a place where ideas were exchanged freely, and yet it was also a place with terrible air quality. See, the tally sticks weren't the only things being burned in that room. Members of Parliament liked to burn their business ends during debates. Yep, you heard that right. They smoked cigars. In fact, it was so bad that the gallery above the Commons became known as the smoking gallery. The stench was so horrible that they had to cover the floor with carpets to try to hide it. So when the tally sticks started burning, no one thought much of it. That is, until the whole room burst into flames. To hear more about the fire and how it changed the course of British history, stay tuned for more information.